Welcome to Windward TV. I'm your host, Kevin Schilter, and today we have Chris Peterson on the show from IBC. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you, Kevin.
It's easy to buy hardware online on the internet today. Chris is going to guide us through some of the valuable things or the things to consider in having a hardware partner. So Chris, tell us a little bit about IBC. What does that stand for?
IBC, well, that's been shortened up for a reason. It's actually International Barcoding Systems and Consulting Ltd.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've shortened it up to a more manageable IBC.
So what exactly, I guess, hardware-wise are you selling?
Well, we actually our company started selling hardware with the first pieces that we made. They were in the label and printer applicator world, so that's actually where we started.
The roots.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was in the very early days for industrial applications primarily, and we've since 1993, we've spun off and we do a strong concentration in point of sale scanning, both for warehouse, retail, and still industrial applications. The reason that barcoding became such an important part of the point of sale process for individual items and for inventory management and control is that the scanning replaced the wiggling of the fingers on the keyboard. And so every wiggle or entry by a diligent employee who could type was a failure rate, an error of 1 in 300 entries. And so barcoding's error rate is 1 in 3 million. So the error savings and corresponding the cost to do the business was greatly reduced because of implementing the automation that was available, like barcoding.
What are most people coming out of? Are they pen and paper, or what do you typically see?
Actually, we've seen from pen and paper. I've got nothing and I need it all. Quite often it's, well, I'm using a spreadsheet right now for my inventory. Can you integrate some technology? And I want to keep my spreadsheet until I get some software. And so we can do that. We can work with the most automated PLC equipped automated manufacturing facilities with front ends for retail to straight convenience stores that only get things in and sell one item at a time.
So for a customer with point of sale requirements, like they need to buy a workstation or scanners or those sorts of things, what should they be considering when selecting a hardware partner?
The principal things are, really you want a strong brand, not just a high-end, high name and high dollar brand,
okay,
but you want a brand that is strong and yet offers good value. And so we really look for some of those brand names that have the number 1 or 2 space in that marketplace. And you can run through all the list of the names that we utilize, and they are positioned in that top 1, 2.
What are the popular brands that you're using today?
Well, for the PCs, the servers, both from the 1 and 2 user right up to the 300 user sets, we really like the Lenovo brand. They're very strong, the support is exceptional, and now that we sell lots of them, our pricing's very strong as well.
Fantastic. What kind of business level warranty is involved? Because things break, right? That's part of the...
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and statistically, our brands are in that low threshold of failure, and yet we still, and probably because of that, we offer a 3-year on-site next-day warranty.
Oh, that's... So you're coming replacing gear?
Right on-site if we need to.
Excellent.
Yep.
Now, I guess if you're after the brand is considered, is there any distribution things to consider for a hardware supplier?
IBC's customer profile, who we are looking to do business with, ranges from the 1 and the 2 user right up to the large multinationals. 3,000 users, 26 sites throughout North America. I'm not naming a specific name, but I am certainly describing a specific customer.
Okay.
And so one of their concerns was, we're an international company. We need somebody that can take care of us, throughout. And so we offer a distribution warehouse in the U.S. as well as up in Canada. And our target space is really the world. We are aptly named International Barcoding for a reason. We ship everywhere in the world.
Sounds all great, Chris, right? International, you've got great gear, lots of warranty, on-site replacement. Sounds expensive.
Well, we offer value, and that's really, the key thing. Some of the things that we offer that you really won't find everywhere else is that everything that's going to end up at the end user, to our customers, it's brought into one of our facilities first, and it's run. Then it's loaded with all of the software that they are going to use on it. And then every single device that's going to be run on it has all of the drivers and all of the updates done so that it's ready to go. On top of that, to make sure that it really is a good out-of-the-box experience, is we label every cable and every spot on the computer where that cable needs to go. So now it really is open the box and plug and play. Within the hour, they should be up and running. The other thing we offer is a toll-free, you're having an issue, give us a call, it's no charge. We don't charge anything. We do also offer a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week call for any of the components that you're having issues with. So it can be assessed and either fixed up right away over the phone, or we can do a spare in the air and have something on its way to you before your part arrives back to us.
So I guess in dealing with failure and downtime happens, what's the cost of going through that process?
Well, for the the multinational, it's enormous because actual plants and stations or registers and tills or stores close if they can't do the business they need to do. So it can be huge money, but it's no less damaging to the 1 and the 2 user if both of their tills are down and they can't do business. It's a certain percentage for the multinational, but it's a larger percentage for the smaller users. So it's really more important for the smaller user to make sure you've got reputable brands going into your system with a logical migration pattern going forward, so that we can utilize barcoding, we can utilize the 2-dimensional codes that allow marketing, for example, without extra cost.
Any idea what kind of ROI a customer should expect, like going down that road?
That really depends on their own business processes, how they're doing their accounting, and do they take inventory. We have some places that after we've put systems in, they've stopped taking inventory because it's perpetual now and it's in real time. So they will go do a spot inventory, for example, and say, I'd like to check that particular block of products, versus they used to do it every week before. And so the savings for them was enormous. We did have a multinational implement our system, and their ROI was 3 months.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
you gotta like that number as an entrepreneur.
They were pretty excited. They were pretty excited. It was a pretty large build that they received, but again, it was many locations throughout North America, and yet we were able to deliver that ROI for them. And likewise, we can do the same for users anywhere, everywhere. Yeah.
Well, that's the reality of investing in the technology.
That's true. Yeah.
Good. It's great working with your team, Chris, at IBC. One of the things that we choose to do together as your hardware and we're software, you're bringing gear over here for installation. Tell us just a little bit more about that process.
Well, part of the process, we want your folks to be very comfortable with the specific gear that we carry. We carry all the brand names, so from the Motorola and the Epson and the Zebra and the Sato and so on, right through to Metrologic and Datalogic for the scanners. That we carry all the brands, but your folks can't possibly know them all, at least the way that we do, because we work with them every day. So we want to get some over here for you guys so that you can have your hands on them and play with them, and maybe find some unique software things like you guys have already that would allow you to take advantage of that technology and really be on the forefront of it, as opposed to some other companies that are many years behind in adopting the capabilities of the new hardware.
Any other savings or things you want to cover off?
Savings, well, I think the key thing when you're looking to make a purchase is, can I count on the people that I'm buying this stuff from? And on the internet you can't, unfortunately. We go through a testing and a certification process with you guys to make sure that the hardware that we are supplying will work with the software. And again, that's not something that you can do online. And so those are all savings that you don't have to put a pencil to it to figure it out. It's substantial. That you get something and it's the wrong one. It's not tested, and it doesn't have toll-free, if you will, support. And so the saying goes, the bitterness of low cost is quickly outdone or undone when you go ahead and experience these problems that you now have to pay for.
Well, Chris, that's fantastic information that you brought to the show today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
And remember, at Windward Software, we help you run your business instead of just reporting on it.